No.
Okay, Colvin. Mr. Cooke, on the May 21st meeting, I asked if you can look into the consequences for the bully-like behaviors of some of your board members and administrators in regards to the Happy Trails humiliation and the threatening text message. And at the last meeting on June 4th, you failed to reply to my request to look into this matter. I'm asking you now, what are the consequences for the board members and administrators who participated in these bully-like behaviors?
Well, there are no consequences, and I don't agree with you that it was bully-like behavior. So it would be hard for me to say consequences. I go by according to rules, and I don't think there's any rules that constitute anybody getting punished.
Well, what do you call it then?
What do I call what?
What do you call it when they sang Happy Trails to a community member who lost the Board of Education election while in this boardroom here? What do you call it?
I don't know what to call it. I'll be honest, I don't know what to call it.
Well, shouldn't there be some fixes, some remedies, something to make sure that something like that never happens again? Shouldn't the community know what you're doing about it instead of sweeping it underneath the rug?
I think we all learned something from that, but I didn't take a poll and I didn't punish anyone for it. It's not my job to punish.
What is going to happen about it? Anything?
Excuse me?
The behaviors that happen here, humiliating community members. I think the public should know what is going to be done to make this a better situation. Whether you say punishing or not, or whatever it is, what are you going to do to make it a better situation?
I think by bringing it into light, it made it a better situation, and we'll leave it at that.
I don't understand what that means, though.
Well, I can't speak for all the board members. I don't speak to me.
Oh, that's why I'm asking you, as the board president.
Punished for it. I
Excuse me?
understand, but nobody's going to be punished for what they did.
Right, I'm asking what can be done to make things better.
We had a dialogue 2 weeks ago, and maybe 2 weeks before that. I think that might help. Well, that did help, by just having a dialogue between the community and the board then.
So would it be wise to maybe say that board members shouldn't humiliate community members?
You feel it was humiliating. You feel that somebody was humiliating. That's an opinion of it. Just like you said before, what doesn't mean I agree with what you say.
Okay. Whether you agree or not agree with it, you're saying that somebody, a group of people singing to somebody, Happy Trails, like that, you're trying to tell me that's not humiliating? I want to go over and over with it again. That makes a moot point and keep on repeating it. You know it was humiliating. I don't understand why you're trying to make it something other. It only makes it look like that you're sweeping some of the rug again. You know, I mean, we just want to know this is our community here. We have a lot of great people in the community. We just want to make sure that we can have good open dialogue.
I think that was an issue that occurred. I think it had nothing to do with the educational process of this school building, of the kids, of the community.
You guys were on board time. It has everything to do with it. It was not a chance meeting that you were here. You're supposed to be representing the community on board time in this boardroom. So any activities that you do, it's called a quorum, and under the open meeting laws of New York State, you're supposed to be following all guidelines. In essence, not humiliating a community member.
And again, I'll disagree with that. It was humiliating community member.
Well, then I would like to know, what do you call it? I mean, you're just like, you're throwing
I don't have a word for it. I don't have an opinion of it. So,
well, as the board president, you should.
don't tell me what I should have or should not have.
I can say that. I'm a community member. I can say that.
You can. So you can say anything you want?
I didn't say anything offensive to you. I'm just saying that you should. You took, I'm sure we all appreciate that you volunteer, but you also took an oath to uphold all of the policies here.
I did.
Okay?
I did.
So,
We did.
yes, okay.
We did.
Okay, so in conclusion, what are you going to do to make sure that something like this never happens again, and that you discuss it with the appropriate individuals.
I can only say that I don't think it will happen again, but I don't control anyone.
You implement policy.
I understand that, but if someone says something, are you going to blame me for them saying something? Because
Well, who should I be addressing here then? You're the board president.
I am the board president. I get that. I don't have anything to say to you, Mr. Colvin, about that issue. It's a done deal. It's done. I don't agree with you.
Actually, it's not a done deal. The perception of the community, I think you should really be conscious of the perception of the community. I don't know why you're smirking when I'm saying that, because the perception of the
Because do
community.
you have the perception of the community?
Okay. Now, you know, what is your comment?
My comment is do you have the perception of the community?
I think you can look on certain Facebook pages and you can see what the perception is about certain issues.
Well,
And part of it-
if I was on Facebook, perhaps I would, but I'm not.
Yes, I know. We all know that you think it's childish for people to be on Facebook to discuss issues.
Have I said that to you?
But before he has said that.
He didn't say
Mr. Nero-
I
Mr.
never
Nero said that.
You said that.
Well, at your next self-evaluation, which you were supposed to do on June 1st, which you didn't do,
That says before June 1st. we have to-
prior to the June 1st meeting, right, and which wasn't done. One of the lines in there.
Well,
We did do it. We did it last year, and it'll be done before June 1st again. We usually do
Correct.
it the reorg in July, but we will be doing it, and we did it for this past year before June 1st.
And why would
We've
you
always done
assume
one
that we
every
didn't do
year.
it? Where would you assume that?
If you recall your own minutes, you can listen to your own comments saying that you didn't have it done, you do it July
No,
1st.
our own comments
Because you
said we
asked
did
us
have it
at the
done.
June 4th, Mr. Colvin, was it the June 4th meeting you asked, June 4th meeting you asked it?
Yes.
It hadn't happened for this year, it happened before June 1st for last year, and it'll happen again in July for this year.
Right.
So we hadn't had it. You asked if we have it then? No, we're going to have it because it was June 4th. It was after the June 1st date that we have it under our policy.
Okay.
But I don't, excuse me, but I don't understand why you think, you seem 100% certain that we've never done this. And I noticed that 2 weeks ago when you said the same thing. Why is your perception that we haven't done that?
My perception is, at first I asked you the question, if you did it last board meeting
Right.
prior to the June 1st meeting.
Oh,
You said, no, we're going to do it in July.
Right, and what I meant was, and excuse me for that, is that because we do it at the reorg.
So you can understand why I
Oh,
think
okay.
that you
But
didn't
why,
do it.
but why are you so 100% sure that, I mean, why did that
I
come
didn't,
into your
I
mind?
asked you the question.
No, but I'm just asking because, in 3 years, I've never heard you ask that question. So I was just curious why all of a sudden that question came up. What, you've never asked about
I don't
self-evaluation?
understand why you asked me that question,
Oh, I
nor,
was wondering if you were reading, when you're online doing the New York State Board Association, like, did you go through and say, wait, I've never heard them talk of that? I'm just curious why you're
it was a
60
chronological event that was coming up for the Board of Education, so I asked the question, prior to the June 1st meeting, you're supposed to be doing your self-evaluation, which I wanted to know. I asked the question, is the self-evaluation something publicly accessible? Which you said that it's not publicly accessible, and that's basically why that came up.
Okay, that's what I wanted.
So, in conclusion, part of the board self-evaluation is to talk about, one of the bullet points is to talk about how the community perceives the board and how to improve on events that have happened throughout the year. I think it would be very good if you enlighten the community on what you're going to be doing about that.
Well, we'll be talking about it as board members, we'll be talking about it, because we do fill it out, this survey, and then we talk about each bullet, each point that we talk about. And that's where it gets stated.
Like I said, I think it would be good to discuss with the community on what you mentioned about that.
Okay.
Okay.